Hello, everyone, and welcome to Groovy Duke, your channel for all things groovy-lang. If you find any of these videos useful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share so that more people can have a groovy day. So today we're going to be going into groovy traits. So I'll get myself out of the way. We'll go down to the Groovy console. Today we are not starting with Java because there isn't really an equivalent. Default methods from interfaces come close, but they're not really the same. So what we have here to start off is we have a trait called friend, and it has a method called listen. And what we can do is we can create a couple classes here. I have human and dog, and they both implement friend. And they just have a constructor which takes a name, sets the name, and I just have this little wrapper method here that calls listen, which is the method that is in the trait. And basically, I'm creating a new human, Sam, and a new dog called Buddy. And if I run this, you'll see that it'll call both those methods. Well, it'll call the listen method for both of them. So that's fairly straightforward. Basic trait. So let's make this a little bit more interesting. I have another set of code, so we'll just extend this. So same code, but now we've added a cat into the mix. But this one does not implement the trait. So basically, if I run this, you'll get an error because this cat is not your friend. So, but what you can do is you can use as, and basically take this object and say as friend, which allows you to coerce it to be a friend. So tac will be listening and actually call that method from the friend trait. So moving on again, we have another example. Let's paste that in. Same basic thing as before, but now we're adding two traits into the mix so that we can have, let's see, our human has, it still has the friend trait, but we have the dog, which also has the curious trait. And, same as before, if I run this, you can see that basically, you know, you can seek help from Buddy or Sam, and they'll be listening. Um, Alf, which is a cat, which funny name for a cat because Alf ate cats. But anyways, that one would still result in an error because it does not extend that trait. But we can actually use another thing that we can use is with traits, and we can give it a list of traits, and that way you can see that if we seek help from TAC, it'll be listening, and TAC can poke around as well as Buddy, who actually the dog one actually implements that trait, so you can see they're curious, which is what the trait does for that. So some simple ways of doing that. These are ways to manipulate them at runtime. Usually when I use traits, I use them at just at compile time. I just add them to the classes. But these are some ways that you can manipulate your traits if you want to do something a little more dynamic. So one last example, I'm just going to get this code over here and paste that. Okay, wait a minute, no, I didn't get all the code, so let's paste that. Okay, so with this one, what we have is we have a writer, we have and we have two traits. We have an upper class filter and a profanity filter. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this string writer, which implements both of these traits. And what you'll see is with both of these traits, they both have a write method. So it's like, which one does it choose? This is the classic diamond problem that comes from inheritance. And what you'll see is when I run this, it says this is stupid. So it is doing the uppercase filter and not the profanity filter. So basically with the way Groovy does this is the last one wins. So if we switch the order here and just put this first and run it, you'll see that it actually uses the profanity filter and replaces stupid with a bunch of stars. So, that's something to keep in mind when you're using traits is the last one wins in the case of a diamond problem. Usually you want to try to avoid that, but, it's good to know, if you're using someone else's traits and, you know, which one you want to override which. So that's all I have for you today. So have a groovy one.